Hey everybody, this is Alesha. Just in case this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. By the time you see this video, definitely gonna be post 4th of July stuff, but I figure I wear my little 4th of July attire anyways. Do you like my shirt? Pizza for president. I'm gonna write them in. Write him, and then write the pepperonis, write her in. Her meaning the salsa, her meaning the breadsticks, her meaning a cheese pizza. I'm gonna write her and him in. You know, pizza. Because pizza can be a girl or a guy, right? So, I've gotten another question. Do I hang out with friends that I've known from the past? And the answer is yes and no. Just depends because I feel like some of the friends I've met later on in life have been better friends to me than the friends I've met when I was younger, because I have been reaching out to a lot of people in the pandemic saying, hey, how's it going? Especially people I haven't talked to in years, like people I haven't talked to in 10, 15, 20 years. So I've been reaching out. I don't know if I like that too much. Hang on. Okay, so people that I haven't talked to in 10, 15, 20 years. So I've been sending messages saying, hey, what's up? How's it going? Interesting conversation came up recently about a whole group of friends. Well, not really friends, people I went to school with. And I was just saying how I don't think I would want to hang out with them again because I have such bad memories. And people are like, oh, people change and you should give them a second chance. And being someone who is not a gossip queen, backstabbing, and I'm not a jealous type of girl, I always pick it up when I sense it in other girls. And damn, middle school girls and girls in grade school can be so fucking mean. Like, damn. If you are dealing with some mean girls in your school and you currently are attending high school, even college, or even in grade school, I promise you it's just a phase. You'll get through it. I'm going to tell you some stories about how some girls from my grade school wasn't so nice. And I mean, to this day, I will not show up to a grade school reunion. I mean, I wish them well and I hope that they're doing great in their lives. But as far as being friends goes, I don't really think so. Because I feel like when people treat people mean like that, that's my doggy. When people treat people mean like that, you know, why should I want to be friends with them? And I mean, I understand like some people are like, well, they were jealous of you. Yeah, even if someone is jealous, you still could treat people the way you want to be treated. Like, we have to start learning, even as youngins, that you don't treat people mean because they have things that you want. You know, you be happy for that person, but you have to eventually find your own way. And I was actually having another conversation. You know, why is it that they were always trying to keep up with what you were doing instead of just find their own path? Beats the hell out of me. And like, I'm not trying to be cocky or say that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I make plenty of mistakes. Like, hell, I make a lot of mistakes. But at the same time, how are you going to be jealous of somebody and then want to be their friend and then gossip about them? And what made it worse about my situation, especially at my old grade school, people would spread rumors and gossip, but then they would believe that person without doing their own investigation. They would just side with that girl and say, oh, Alicia did it because so-and-so said it. Have you ever considered that the person who is telling you the information is a troublemaker? You know, consider the source. Even if one of my closest friends told me something, I would listen, but at the same time, I would, you know, draw my own conclusions. You know, is this person really a troublemaker, like my friend is saying, or is a person telling me the information a troublemaker trying to spread rumors and gossip? Because after meeting a good group of girls later on in life, I realized what best friends and what friends were supposed to be. They're supposed to be having your back. They're supposed to not be jealous of you. They're supposed to be rooting for your success, because I'm telling you, them girls in grade school were something fucking else. And I mean, I ran into an old grade school friend about 3-4 months ago, and of course she was one of the nice ones, so hell yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you. but I'm not gonna hang out with everybody. She said, I understand exactly what you mean, because not everybody treated me nice either. I just choose, honestly, there are some people that I haven't talked to in years, and we could pick up right where we left off. Other people weren't so nice, and I just decided to stay away from them. Like, some people say that, you know, you had a lot of good things going for you, and they just wish that they had it like you, and you should give them a second chance. Maybe in their older adult ways, um, they learned their mistakes. Well, let me reword that. They learned from their mistakes, and maybe they're different people. And while I agree, um, sometimes it's just better just to start anew. Me personally, I've met girls who are secure in themselves, who if I tell them something, it's not gonna get nowhere. Sometimes when people do stuff like that, I'm always gonna be watching my back with them because I just can't trust them. You know, you have a history of being a gossip queen. You got a history of being jealous. Like, hell, you might see an opportunity to stab me in the back again and do the same shit over. So I don't know. I just hope that in their adult life that they're nicer to people, you know, treat people the way they want to be treated, and get some and be secure in themselves. Because I have a group of girls that if we go out to bars, I don't give a damn if the guys look at them first or not. I'm not, oh, she's cuter than me and she's gonna get more attention than me. I mean, who gives a fuck about that kind of stuff? I mean, I just want to go out and have a good time with my friends. A guy doesn't define my worth, so I don't care if they do look at her first. I mean, all the power to you, my lady. Like, hey, you got the guys looking at you. I'm just here having a good time. You know, I don't pick up boyfriends from bars anyway, so that stuff doesn't matter to me. So I always pick it up when someone's like a jealous type. I'm just not a jealous type, so I just have a tendency to want girls in my life who are secure in their own skin. So let's get into some former best friend stories, because my current best friends, well, one of them, Amelia, she's great. You know, when I tell her something, it's not gonna go nowhere. I know she has my back. She won't play both sides of the fence, and she knows that when she tells me stuff, it's not gonna go nowhere. And when we have problems, we're not taking it out on each other. And to get to the other best friends I used to have, I mean, one of them I still talk to, but I just felt like she was never on my side. Like, she would definitely play both sides of the fence. Oh, maybe you should apologize to her because she's going through a bad time. I said, look, everybody goes through their issues. I've gone through my fair share of hard times. Did I take it out on anybody? No, I did not. I was always treating people the way I want to be treated, even though it wasn't always going so great. So when people come up to me and say, oh, they're having a hard time, I have sympathy for people, but at the same time, I'm not somebody that you can beat up or take it out on. And that's happened to me a lot. So question anybody watching this video, have anybody ever told you that, oh, you got so much going for you and you should let this person back in your life because they need some help, but they treat you like shit, and you realize that they're not good people, but the people around you think that you're just being mean because you're like, you cut them out of your life, and you should give this person a chance because you got all these things going for you. And one of my friends came up with a very good point. She said, have the people who always said that to you consider that you work to get to where you are? Exactly. And the people who are going through the hard times, do they know that they can eventually work themselves out of that and have it going for them in their own way too? Yes. You know, even if you're going through a hard time, you can still work your way out of it and put yourself in a good place too, and you can fix it so that you got it going on instead of always hating on somebody that got it going on. So I guess for me, and getting back to the story, so I just want people in my life that I can trust, because I don't trust easily. And as much as one of my best friends, like, she always wanted me to be friends with this other girl that I used to be best friends with that wasn't the nicest to me. And she's brought it up a couple of times, oh, you should befriend her because she's changed without ever considering my side of the story. Like, if one of my friends told me, hey, I don't want to be friends with this person anymore because we have a bad history, she hasn't been the nicest to me, that would be the end of the story. I wouldn't keep bringing it up. But this former best friend actually became best friends with her. And to this day, when we hang out, she's like, you should be friends with so and so again because she's changed. She got kids now. And I told her, you don't know how she treated me because you haven't experienced it. You wasn't the direct hit. You didn't have to experience it, so it's easy for you as a third party person to say that, oh, you should be friends with this person. And I just told her, listen, I'm interested in continuing the friendship with you, but I'm not interested in being friends with her anymore. I wish her well, but I don't want to be friends with her anymore. And like I said, we kind of still talk, but not as much as we used to. And like I said, friendships change. That's okay. And getting to the juice of it. This one girl that used to be my best friend, dark skin, light skin thing. Every time she could, you just think you're cute because you're light skinned. I never said anything like that. You did. And you could tell the girls who have deep seated insecurity issues because whenever they have an opportunity to drag you in the mud, they do. This girl, I'm going to make this, like I said, how many? Ooh, I got a little bit of time. I'm going to try to shorten up the story. This girl basically tried to make my grade school years and high school years a living hell. But at the same time, she wanted to be my friend, and she didn't think I knew what she was doing. She tried to get other people in the class to turn against me, and she did for a little bit because they were also jealous too. Like I said at the beginning of the video, they all basically tried to gang up on me because she said something. They automatically believed it because they were all jealous of me and tried to gang up on me. And I just realized at the time, I said, you know what? We're different people. I'm in class with these girls, but they're not really good friends to me. This is only a phase of my life. There's going to be a period in my life where I won't ever have to see them again. So grade school came and gone. Like I said, they weren't very nice to me. Just everyday instances of trying to start shit, keep shit going. Even it got back to me that I spread a rumor that this guy and girl liked each other, and my former best friend sort of spread the word. She was going around telling people that you two were making out. Not true. I don't care if you were making out behind the bus, in the bus, on the back of the bus or not. But they automatically believed what this girl said. And basically, my former best friend tried to make my life living hell. Like, she even tried to steal some of my science fair projects, tried to just do things to make, and she tried to sabotage my 13th birthday party, just all kind of crazy shit. And some people say, well, she is going through mental issues, and I'm like, why don't she get the help she need and quit making me, the target? I'm not a target. I'm just trying to go to school and live my life. But interestingly enough, in high school, Broad kept following me around, and I'm like, okay. She tried out for bowling because I was on the bowling team. She tried out for track because I was on the track team. And the crazy thing about all this shit that I'm telling you, and I'm telling you this for a reason, for people watching, hang on for a second. These girls were so jealous, but then they were trying to always find out what I'm doing. And another former friend came up with a good point. She's like, why were they always so obsessed with you? Why couldn't they just find their own path and find their own way? I've seen people that I admire, and I wish I had some things that they had, but I'm not going to treat them like shit because they got something I want. I'm going to be happy for them. I'm going to make my own way. And she came up with a good point. She's like, why were they always so obsessed with you, always trying to keep up with you, counting the pictures of you in the yearbook? She said, that's some silly ass shit. I agreed. I mean, I wasn't counting pictures of them. I didn't care. I wasn't trying to keep up with what they're doing. I didn't care. I wasn't trying to get invited to their gigs because honestly, I didn't give a fuck. I was just trying to live my life and do things for me and for me, by me, make my life better, find my own purpose. I wasn't focused on them. And one of the things I sort of mentioned to her, maybe it's just like a black girl thing. Here's this chick that we wish we could be like, but we're gonna try to sabotage her instead of building her up. And unfortunately, that might not have come out right. Us black chicks, we should be looking out for each other. We shouldn't be tearing each other down. We shouldn't be having this light skin, dark skin debate. We should be looking out for each other. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of my black friends in my life have not been nice to me because they were like, oh, the boys are gonna look at you first, and I'm like, so I just want to like say that line. I don't want that to be the normal. I want black girls to be looking out for each other. We should be lifting each other up. We should be empowering each other. We tear each other down too fucking much. And I'm going to be extra deliberate in bringing people up because like I said, the story I just told you, they were trying to follow me around, keep up with what I was doing, but at the same time, they were trying so hard to tear me down. And I'm just like, damn, like, we should be looking out for each other. We shouldn't be jealous of each other. But in my experience, this hasn't been the case. More sisters have been trying to do everything to kick my ass down, and I'm just like, damn. So to meet more secure people and sisters and friends and girls later on in my life, I'm going to do everything I can to empower you guys because unfortunately, I haven't always seen the black girl magic. I know it exists. I know there's a lot of sisters out here doing great things and empowering each other, but that hasn't always been my story. So getting back to the original point, then my former best friend tried to get a teacher to get us to be friends again. And I'm just like, why would she go to a teacher to get us to be friends again? Why can't she just come to me herself? And I just had to explain to the teacher, I said, listen, she's a troublemaker. She gives me all kind of grief, so I just don't want to be friends with her. And as soon as they got my side, oh, that's why you stay away from her. Yeah. That's when me and some teachers at my high school really clicked because I got them to understand, listen, she tries to put on this facade as a good person, but she's definitely made it a point to always try to stab me in the back every chance she gets, so I don't include her in my world. I mean, I'll speak to her, I'll say hello to her out in public, but as far as me being close and me inviting her and stuff, I can't trust her. So keep in mind that my two former BFFs are now BFFs with each other, which is okay. I'm not hating. I'm okay with it. But they just let me know, hey, and the one who's always who wants me to be friends with her again, she just lets me know where she stands. I mean, she never stood up for me the way that she stood up for this girl who gave me all this trouble. And I could keep going on and on with stories. This is about to go out. So I just want to say, like, to girls who are watching this and you're dealing with the mean girl thing, it's just a phase. To all my black sisters out here, you're going through it. You find that the black sisters around you are not nice to you. I promise you, it's just a phase. There are a lot of good sisters out here who are ready to empower you and lift you up. Black girl magic exists. Strong black women exist out here. I promise. I found them later in life. I didn't find them in grade school and high school, but I did find it in upper education and beyond. There are some sisters who didn't care about the light skin, dark skin thing. They were happy in their own skin. So those are the girls you need to find. People who are secure in themselves and who are willing to boost you up, even if it comes before themselves. And like I said, time's running out on here, so I'm going to, you hear that? You hear that at the end? I'm going to go ahead and log off for now. I might make a part 2. See you later. Peace for president. Dun, 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 dun. All right, bye.